home meet, what was it like? How much fun is it? This is your guys' deal. It must have been fun to go out there and watch everyone run this race.
Oh, yeah, it was fantastic. We had an awesome crowd. This is probably the biggest meet we've ever hosted other than the regional championships back in 2011. Yeah, and we had perfect weather for it today. It was a little cold yesterday, so I was getting worried it was going to be pretty chilly out here, but it worked out to be a pretty nice day. Crowd was great. We had a ton of people out there just lining the course, so that was fantastic. But yeah, good day.
How did the war paint help you? and the pink ribbon.
And the pink ribbon. So yeah, we do every year breast cancer awareness thing, and so the girls usually wear pink ribbons, and then they did a little war paint. And so I said I'll jump in and do it too. So they put some on me, a little pink lipstick up here, and I'm game for it. I always like supporting a good cause, and it always makes the girls, see me in a different light a little bit when I'm having some fun out there. So yeah.
Talk about the women first. I believe they finished third overall. Just some of your thoughts on their run.
Yeah, we did all right. Brianna Hemming had a really good race today. She was very, very smart. We just kind of held on to the UCCS girl and then tried to kick her down and just missed out on that. I think she made up 12 seconds in the last half mile. So, I mean, that was pretty impressive for her.
She says 14.
Come back. She says we'll take 14 then. And a few other girls, Victoria Akala ran a good race too. We struggled a little bit for the most race, and I think it was kind of last week. We hyped up last week, and we talked about this in the last time we did an interview about Oklahoma State was a big meet for us, and we wanted to go and compete against some of the best schools in the country. So this one, I think we're a little tired from last week. We're a little fatigued. We've had 5 meets in a row, and so we sort of expect maybe we'd have a little bit of fatigue from that women's squad, and that's what we saw. So we were keeping it positive with them, telling them, we got 5 weeks to go. UCCS and Midwestern are great schools. They're very competitive. They're right around where we are ranking-wise. But in 5 weeks when we get to conference, we'll be ready, and then regionals a couple weeks after that. Back on our home course, they're going to be seeking some revenge. So
talk about the men. Jason was your top finish. I know you just barely finished behind Colorado Mesa. Just some of your thoughts.
Yeah, Mesa ran a great race. Be honest, we were really focused on what UCCS was going to do because they were ranked ahead of us, and Mesa wasn't quite in the rankings yet. So they kind of surprised us a little bit. Good surprise. It's always good for more conference schools to step in there and be established. And even during the race, we're trying to pay attention on the certain schools and chasing down packs and chasing down groups. And Jason ran a great. You probably heard me calling him Bill out there on the course. We have nicknames for like 5-6 of the guys. So he ran great. We're still working on a few things with him. Settling down the first part of the race and trying not to be too aggressive so he can have something at the end. But he's learning. He's only a sophomore. This is his first year in cross country with us. So he's learning a lot of new things. But for him to come in and finish in the top 5 in the race and be right with Kirk Harvey the majority of the race was awesome. It was awesome. So good for him. The guys, I'm extremely proud of the guys. We had an okay meet last week, and they really just came home and lit it up. I mean, we've never had that many guys that close together at the end of the race. I think we had 5 or 6 guys under 27 minutes, which is awesome for us. And our total spread from 1 through 5 was less than a minute. So that's pretty exciting.
So after this now, you can have regionals and nationals. Well, I think you'll host this meet here. Mm-hmm. What are you doing for the next 4 weeks, trying to get them ready for that?
So, next week's going to be big about just getting healthy. We have a few injuries that have crept out the last 2 weeks just because of 5 weeks in a row racing. And so we're going to back off a little bit next week, let ourselves recoup. Then we'll have 2 to 3 hard training weeks where we're really hitting the volume hard. We're going to go up to altitude a little higher and just really prepare for when we go down to Gunnison for conference. That's on November 8th. So, we haven't panicked all year round. We've told them that's the goal is November and December when it counts. And, I expect to see some big things happen when we get to that point.